Good morning, all. I hope that you people are in good health and every one of you have watched these videos, or maybe are right now in between some video watching them. So I think you are understanding these videos, what Companies Act is all about, what the various topics is all about. So today we are going to discuss is KMP, Key Managerial Personals. Now, KMP or Key Managerial Personnel was introduced in 2013, not before that. So this is you can say it's the latest concept, as it was introduced only in 2013 Act, not before, not in earlier Act, it was not there. KMP is nothing but full form of KMP is Key, that is Key, K-E-Y, Key Managerial Personnel. Managerial, and personnel means employees. So key is important. So KMP, Key Managerial Personnel, or Key Manager, or you can say important employees for a company. So this video is I tried to make this video short, as we are only concerned with definition of KMP and their appointment in company. We'll not go in details like how we did directors. It is not like that. It's a very short topic. So let's start. So KMP is Key Managerial Personnel. That is any employee who occupies a very important position in management or at managerial level in a company are known as KMP. Still, Companies Act 2013 has given a particular definition, specific definition of the word. So the definition is KMP, Key Managerial Personnel, in relation to a company means CEO or MD or manager. You have heard these words: CEO, Chief Executive Officers; MD, the Managing Director or the Manager; Company Secretary, commonly known as CS; Whole-time Director, in short form WTD; CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and such other officer not more than one level below the director, who is in whole-time employment designated at KMP by board, and such other officer administrative. So these are the six categories of employees who fall under definition of KMP. So companies are required to appoint these. Some companies, specific group of companies are there which should have these KMPs in them. And most of the words you're familiar with, that is CEO, MD, Manager, WTD, Company Secretary, CFO. You've heard this or read about these terms or these posts in newspaper or in some magazines. So we'll discuss who are these categories, what are these categories, what is the particular definition of this particular post, and how they are appointed. One common thing in KMP is all the KMPs are appointed by board of directors. And by definition it is clear that they are the officer which works one level below the directors. In hierarchy, if you talk, then director is at supreme level, or director is at first level, or you can say top level management is comprises of director, and then below director, whatever categories, that is, you can call them KMP. Okay, so one level below, so who appoints them? Director can appoint KMPs, no issue in that. They can go for general meetings also for appointment of KMP, but director can easily appoint KMP. Companies Act does not put any kind of prohibition on that. Now we'll discuss these terms. Chief Executive Officer is a very common term. CEO. Companies Act does not define this in very specific details. The definition, I have not included the definition in this video, but the definition only says that CEO means a person who occupies the position of CEO or by any other name in the company. So CEO there is no particular definition of the word or functions of that position. What CEO does in a company is he manages day-to-day affairs of the company. But then we do have definition of MD and manager. See, MD, the full form of MD is Managing Director. The word is made up of two different words: managing, that is the person who manages, and D stands for director. So MD is a director who have position or who have powers of manager. Definition word can try to break the word in two parts, and you come to know what definition is all about. The MD, managing director, means a director with powers of manager. Definition also same, means a director who by virtue of articles of the company or agreement with the company or resolution passed in general meeting or by board of directors is entrusted with substantial powers of management of affairs of the company, and includes a director occupying position of MD by whatever name called. Okay, so it's a director. MD is a director for sure, and he has power of management. That's why he become MD, managing director. Then what is WTD? Whole time director is a director in whole time employment of the company. Simple, a director who works with the company and only with one company, who is under employment of that company, that person is known as WTD. In directors chapter we studied that in a company maximum 15 directors can be there, or even more than that. Now see, these all 15 directors are not actually full time employment of the company. They work in different companies. So a director can work with 20 companies at the same time. So each director is not considered as full time director or WTD. Okay, the director who is in employment of the company, whole time employment of the company, that director only will become WTD or whole time director. Now manager. See, manager is not director. Word does not indicate that he is a director. He is an individual who has power of management. Manager as individual who is subject to superintendent's control and direction of board of directors, has the management of the whole or substantially the whole or affairs of the company, and includes a director or any other person occupying the position of manager. Now, one thing that should be clear from these two definitions, director and manager and MD, that one thing is that, see, in MD in definition nowhere it is written that MD works under the supervision of directors of the company, whereas manager is a position which comes under direct supervision of directors. See, it is written subject to superintendence and control and direction of board of directors, has the management of the whole. So MD was entrusted with powers of the management, whereas manager can have only the powers only after approval or under superintendence or control and direction of board of directors. So that's the difference between two posts. MD is a director in itself, but manager is not a director. He is subordinate to directors. He works under their control, he works under their supervision. Next is CFO is Chief Financial Officer. Name indicates the person who take care of all the financials of a company. Next is Company Secretary. You know what a person Company Secretary, any person who has done CS course is known as Company Secretary, and he can be appointed as Company Secretary in a company. So these are the different you can say KMPs in a company, and we have to study how they are appointed, and what is the procedure of their appointment, in which companies it is important to appoint these KMPs. So now there only in basic condition only two companies are required to appoint KMP. These two companies is every listed company. One is every company which is listed, whether it is listed on stock exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange or national stock, any stock exchange it is listed, that company should appoint all three of them, that is managing director, CEO, manager, and in their absence a whole time director or a company secretary and chief financial officer. So listed company should appoint one of these. Public company having 10 crore or more of paid up capital should also appoint these. So these are two companies, every listed company and every public company, whether it is listed or not, but if that company has a 10 crore rupees paid up capital, then such companies, all both two companies should appoint these person. Okay, now for a CS, company secretary, there is a special provision. Every private company also having paid up share capital of 10 crores or more is required to appoint a whole time company secretary. Now, see, if a private company is there with paid up share capital of 10 crores or more, then that company is not required to appoint KMP, but that company should appoint CS. This whole section also tells about the, you can say, scope of doing course CS, company secretary course. So there are various companies in India which are private limited and public limited and listed companies, and all these companies, if they fall under any of these categories, first, second and third, either of these categories, that company should appoint a whole-time company secretary. So you can analyze the scope of this course. So if you're doing CS or you're trying to pursue CS, then the scope and chances of getting good employment are very good. Okay, so let's go further. Now these are various statement or facts about appointment of MD, WTD or manager. So we'll discuss each one of them one by one. Every whole-time KMP of company shall be appointed by means of resolution of board, that is board of directors, containing terms, condition of appointment. An individual shall not be appointed or reappointed as chairperson of the company as well as MD or CEO of the company at the same time. So a person cannot hold these three positions at the same time. Okay, that is chairperson, MD and CEO. Unless article of such company provide otherwise. If it is written in articles that we can give these all three positions to a single person, then company can do so. Otherwise it cannot do so. Or the company does not carry multiple businesses. If a company is carrying multiple businesses, then the same company can appoint one person on all the three positions. Next is, a company may appoint or employ a person as MD if he is MD or manager of one and not more than one other company. This is also important. See, a person can become MD in two companies at a time, not more than two. Okay. See, if he is managing director or manager of one and of not more than one other company. So you are MD in one company and then you are MD in some other company also. But in that other company can only be one company, not more than one. So in total or in combination, you can become MD in two companies at the same time. And such appointment or employment is made or approved by resolution passed by meeting of board with consent of all the directors. That for doing so, you need consent of all the directors present at the meeting. For example, there are 14 directors present in meeting in which you are going to be appointed. Then all 14 should vote in favor of your appointment as MD, because you will become MD in two different companies. If you are getting appointed as a MD of one company, then this consent is not required. Then consent of majority of board of directors will suffice. Now, if the office of any whole-time KMP is vacated, the resulting vacancy shall be filled up by board at the meeting of board within period of 6 months. So whenever any of the KMP leaves the office or vacates his position, then that position should be filled by a board of directors by other individual within 6 months from the date of vacancy. That is, if a person leaves his office on 15th Jan, then by 15th July that vacancy should be filled up. No company shall appoint or employ at the same time MD and manager. It's very simple because they are almost same. Their function is almost same. So it is prohibited that a company has company has two positions. One is MD and one is manager. It's of no use actually. So companies are prohibited to appoint at the same time a MD and a manager. Next, a company shall not appoint or reappoint any person as MD, WTD or manager for a term exceeding 5 years. So on these positions you can appoint an individual for a term of 5 years, not more than that. And no reappointment shall be made earlier than 1 year before expiry of his term. So if a person who was occupying a position of MD retires from that position, then for 1 year he cannot be associated with the company. After 1 year you can appoint him again as MD in your company, but not before that. This 1 year is again a cooling period. Cooling period we did in directors. So you can remember it. This is a cooling period of KMP. That once a KMP vacates his office, then for 1 year he should not be associated with the company. No company shall appoint or continue the employment of any person as MD or WTD or manager. These are the disqualification, or you can say qualification of being qualification or eligibility of a person for being MD, WTD or manager. So this is below the age of 21 years and attain the age of 70 years. So you cannot appoint a person who is below 21 years of age and below 21 years of age and who has surpassed 70 years of age. So there was any disqualification of this nature was not there with directors. There was no age in directors. If you have read or studied the chapter director thoroughly, then you right now you know that particular direction in topic we did, that was disqualification of director. There was no point where it was mentioned that a minor cannot become director or a person below age of 18 years cannot become director. It was not mentioned. I am not saying that a minor can occupy a position of director in a company. He cannot do so because he is not eligible to contract as per a different act. But Companies Act does not prohibit a person to become director in early ages. So, but for MD, WTD and manager, it is specifically written that a person below the age of 21 years and a person above the age of 70 years cannot be appointed. One exception is there. You can appoint a person with older than 70 years of age as MD after passing a special resolution. Special resolution we will discuss in next topic, that is meetings. So after passing a special resolution, you can appoint a person who is more than 70 years of age as MD, WTD or manager. Is undischarged, insolvent or has any time been adjudged or as an insolvent. A person who is insolvent cannot be appointed, we know this. Has any time suspended payment to creditor make or has time made in composition with them. He who has defaulted in payment his creditors and has any time been convicted by a court of an offence and sentenced for a period of more than 6 months. So any individual who has been convicted of any offence and been sentenced for a period of 6 months, that is he was punished with imprisonment of more than 6 months, then that person cannot be appointed as MD, WTD or manager. So these four are disqualification of MD, WTD or manager. CS disqualification is also there, but that is not guided by Companies Act, that is prescribed by CS or ICSI Act 1980. So that is a different topic in itself, we will not discuss that. Just the eligibility of to become a CS in a company is you have to pass CS examination as prescribed by ICSI, Institute of Company Secretaries of India. After that you can become CS in a company. So I think that's all. It's a very short topic and quite easy to remember, and only few limits are there. That is, this is the limit you should all take care and learn this limit. Always remember that KMP is a very short topic as compared to directors, and directors there was no such limit. For normal director there is no such limit, whether he should be appointed in listed company, paid up capital 10 crore, private company with paid up capital 10 crore, no limit was there. This limits only are given for KMPs. And you should also know and you should also remember the positions which are covered under KMP, key manager personnel. So we'll wrap up this video. That's all for today. Wish you happy learning. Stay safe, stay happy.